I used to play video games 16 hours per day for 3 years, and it helped me to build a multi-million dollar skill set. And in this video, I'm going to summarize 3 things that you can apply to your business right now. When I was young, I used to play World of Warcraft and Counter-Strike for hours. Long story short, my family wasn't really rich, and people were making fun of me at school because I was wearing the same clothes over and over again. Also, because I'm Indian, they used to give me some funny names like Apu in The Simpsons. Well, you get my point, I used to get bullied all day long. At a certain point, I started to protect myself, trying to escape from the reality, and I kinda locked myself into video games. I played both games at an international level, and I was quite happy because I was surrounded with the best professional players in the French market. I literally spent 3 years of my life playing 24/7, and I learned a couple of things that I'm about to share with you today. So the first principle is that you need to pick the right game and the right market. So if you guys don't know about World of Warcraft, it's basically a game where you can create a character and you have to fight some monsters with your teammates. And that's how you gain experience, and that's how you can level up and get the best equipment that will help you to kill monsters faster and become a beast. And as in multiple online games, you can choose your server and your character when you're about to start your journey. And some servers are known to be very difficult because there's a lot of professional players out there, and some of them are known to be very easy and totally dedicated to beginners. And when I was playing World of Warcraft, I actually started by going to the hardest server possible because I wanted to gain as much experience as I could. And once I had enough experience, I started again from scratch on a new server dedicated to beginners, and it was easy to dominate because I had a lot of experience. And you can literally apply this principle to picking a niche and, most importantly, picking a market. See, when it comes to a niche, some of them are really easy to work with and some of them are really a pain in the ass. Sometimes getting results is harder and sometimes it's just saturated. Your potential clients are getting hit every single day by cold TMs and messaging. In my opinion, if you want to be successful with your agency, you need to build your skills first. What you need to do is that you need to go to a competitive market and start offering your services for free, so you can actually get results in a very competitive market. Then once you're good enough and once you have some case studies, just go to another market which is smaller with less competition. And by the way, I get a lot of questions from people asking me what's my niche. What I can tell you is that just because you see someone crushing it in a niche doesn't mean that it's gonna work for you. You might not get the same results as your friend, and remember, the most valuable thing you can have is your assets. Let's say someone is crushing it in a restaurant niche. Maybe it's because they have family around who actually own restaurants, maybe it's because they are passionate about restaurants, or maybe it's just because they know restaurant owners so well that they know how to get them results. Well, you get my point. Instead of having the shiny object syndrome, you should go where you actually have some skill set. Principle number 2, you won't win the battle alone. So when I used to play Counter-Strike, I was pretty skilled and I used to blast headshots all day long. However, I could be the best sniper ever. If my team didn't have the best strategy, we would lose every single game. Something I learned back in the days is that if you want to be successful, you need to set up a strategy for your team. You also need to learn how you can play the game right with your teammates, and also how you can keep everyone else accountable. You want to make sure everyone is on the same page, everyone is looking at the same direction, everyone is actually working together. And see, in the SMMA industry, I see a lot of people just focusing on volume and outreach. And when a niche doesn't reply well or doesn't work out, they just switch to another niche, which is a big mistake. In my opinion, if you really want to build a successful company, you need to have a long-term vision and stick to it. You have to understand that business is like a game. It's all about assets. Some people have more money than you. Some of them have more leverage than you. Some people have more knowledge than you. It doesn't mean that you're gonna fail. It just means that you actually have to leverage your own skills to become better and actually take place in the market. Set up a plan, but most importantly, just make sure that you understand how you can actually make your team work towards the vision. And that's how you will really win the game. The third principle I will share today is that you need different personalities in your team. When I was playing World of Warcraft, we used to team up with up to 40 people to defeat one single monster. We had different characters and different roles in our teams, and it was so important because everyone was working together. Let's say, for instance, we had the warriors who were actually rushing into the monster and protecting others. We also had rogues that were actually attacking from behind and doing a lot of damage. We had mages behind that were actually blasting fireballs and doing a lot of damage. And also we had priest in the trenches hitting people to make sure that no one dies. Well, you get my point. Every single role out there had a true meaning. And the reason why this is so important is because a couple of weeks ago, a friend of mine came to me and said that he could not find like-minded people to work in his company. And I just told him, hey bro, you don't really need like-minded people. What you really need is people engaged within the vision, people who understand that it's important to work together to actually get the goal and actually achieve your dreams. And you also need to understand that everyone is different. Some people are comfortable with sales, some of them are comfortable with service delivery, Some of them are comfortable with talking to the customers, and some of them are comfortable with admin tasks. And maybe you're just starting out and you cannot afford a team member yet, and that's totally fine. And it's actually a good point because you will have to learn everything yourself. And that's how you will actually understand what kind of situations you like, what kind of roles and attributions you like, and what you don't like at all. So basically, what's bringing you energy and what's taking energy away from you. Of course, you're gonna keep what's giving you energy and you're gonna delegate what's actually driving energy away from you. You will just have to list down all the tasks and hire some different people. The last principle of this video is that good things takes time. When I was playing World of Warcraft, I literally spent 3 years of my life 24/7 playing all day long. And at the end of the day, when I decided to quit, I sold my characters for $3,000, which was quite a lot of money to me back then. Then I started to actually work as a food delivery guy, and it took me 4 years from that point until today to become the person I am today. And my point is, let's say you're trying to make a 10K a month, 100K a month, or 500K a month. It's not gonna happen overnight. And if it does happen overnight, you're gonna lose it right after. As you guys know, I live in Dubai and I met a couple of nice people over there. Some of them made a lot of money in a short period of time in the NFT space. Of course, they took the right opportunity at the right time, but now that the NFT industry is facing hard times, they try to launch some other businesses. And the issue is that some of them actually use the same strategies they were using in their NFT business to launch a real business, and it didn't work out. It was too aggressive, they tried to rush things, they didn't understand the market, they didn't understand how to provide value and results to the market, and they lost everything. So it's totally normal to have this where nothing is working, everything is going to shit, but what you really have to do is that you have to focus on your long-term plan and vision to make it happen. Don't get distracted by the shiny objects around you. This is the most important point. I started my marketing journey when I was working at Domino's Pizzas. I was delivering pizzas all day long, and now I'm running a full-stack marketing agency in France and in Dubai with a team of 14 people, and we have more than 60 clients that are paying us every single month. But it took me a lot of time to get there. I'm not telling you this to flex on you, but just to share you some wisdom. So guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the value in this video. If so, feel free to leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe to this video. I see you on the next one. Bye bye.